Back into session. We have been in closed session, so we are going to come out of closed session at this time.
I'll move that the closed meeting be concluded and the board certifies that to the best of each member's knowledge, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements by Virginia law were discussed in the closed meeting to which this certification applies, and only such public business matters as were identified in the motion by which the closed meeting was convened were heard, discussed, or considered.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second that the closed meeting be concluded and that the board certifies that to the best of each member's knowledge, 1, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements by Virginia law were discussed in the closed meeting to which this certification applies, and 2, only such public business matters as were identified in the motion by which the closed meeting was convened were heard, discussed, or considered. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against, no. And we are out of closed session.
Mr. Chair, there are no motions coming out of closed session, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. We have no motions coming out of closed session. At this time, we're going to say the Pledge of Allegiance. What is your name, young man from Kettle Run? Reuben. Reuben, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance tonight from Kettle Run High School Press? Thank you very much.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all very much. Reuben, thank you. We will now have special presentations to start our school board meeting tonight. And the first one is from Mary Walter, Our School is the Best. Lauren Miller is going to come up. Thank you, Ms. Miller, who will introduce the students for their presentation.
But my voice is loud, but this is better.
Adjust it. Just adjust the mic down.
Okay.
There you go.
Tonight it's with great pride that I introduce a student who I can honestly say has inspired me daily for the last 3 years. Together with our rocking ITRT and Lego maven, Sid Kelly, Kyle Kalushtin, and Presley worked and spent hours creating this video for the Fauquier County Excellence in Education School Pride Contest. Their love for Mary Walter and their dedicated work ethic is contagious. Please welcome Kyle Kalushtin.
Kyle Kalushtin, I go to Mary Walter. We go to Lego Lab. We build Lego stop motion animation. I love my school because we like Lego Lab, teacher, and lunch. I like our movie. Enjoy our movie.
I watched it, and it was when we got the notice about it. It was great. Yes.
Sorry, it's okay. Kyle and Presley did this whole video about all the things they love about.
Tell them what it is they watch the videos. Let's see. Do you want to talk about what?
What are you guys learning in music?
There it is. ground? Yep.
Oh my gosh. Oh, look at them, John.
And this is our colored fun run that we do.
Oh my gosh.
She teaches us many things. The best part of our school is our new Lego lab. We use Lego animation to make this movie. We hope you like it.
Wow, fantastic. Oh. Fantastic job, Kyle. Congratulations. Our next presentation this evening is about recycling artwork, and Ms. Bourne will have us recognize the students who placed first and second in the division recycling artwork contest.
It is my pleasure tonight to recognize those individuals. And what we're going to do, this is our 4th annual recycling contest. And this year we had wonderful creative entries, not just posters. In the past it's been mostly posters, but we had many things that were made from recycled materials. So we had wonderful entries. We have over 2,000 students in the school division that participate in the contest. And each school picks selects their winners to submit for school division, division-wide selection and judging. And so we're going to recognize the first and second place winners from each grade level in the school division tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the students, as I call your name, we're going to show your poster on the screens, and I'm going to ask you to come forward and stay up here and line up with Ms. Grove and other school board members. And then at the end, they're going to want to shake your hand. And so we're going to get started with kindergarten. First place, Madison Anderson from Pearson Elementary School. So if you're here, rise and come forward. And everybody won't be here, but some of you are here, I know. Noah Lunsford, second place from Greenville Elementary School. Here comes Noah. So go line up, Noah. Griffin Turner, Pearson Elementary School. Miles Graves, Smith Elementary School. Julia Green, Brumfield Elementary School, and it's her video.
Recycle. There's bottles and there's plastic, even aluminum cans. Hi, my name is Julia Green, and I'm a second grader at Brumfield Elementary School, and I'm here to tell you it's time to recycle. It's time to recycle. 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 There's bottles and there's plastic, even aluminum cans, magazines and papers, and cardboard boxes too. It's time to recycle. 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 Before it's too late, it's time to recycle.
Lynch was second place from Bradley Elementary School. For third grade, Natasha Waite, Brumfield Elementary School, was first place. Second place, Keelan Nye, Brumfield Elementary School. Fourth grade, we had a tie for first place. Grace Beatty, Smith Elementary School. And Andrew Hominick, Brumfield Elementary School. For second place, Abigail B. Smith Elementary School. For 5th grade, we had a tie. For first place, Megan Fallon, Greenville Elementary School. And Ella Royal, Bradley Elementary School. 2nd grade was Grace Hillen, Pearson Elementary School. For 6th grade, we had first place team of Mara Rinaldi and Ella Saltzman, Warrenton Middle School. For 2nd place, the team of Victoria Ashton and Allison Kirkham, Warrenton Middle School. For 7th grade, first place was Samantha Morose, Warrenton Middle School. Second place, Chloe Van Camp, Warrenton Middle School. For 8th grade, first place, Hillary Wilkerson, Marshall Middle School. Second place, Alyssa Recapito, Marshall Middle School. For 9th grade, this was a team, Ryan Airy and Michael Chiquito, Liberty High School. Second place, Nikosi Baker, Kettle Run High School. And 12th grade, Joey Cox and Brandon Higgins, Liberty High School. And 2nd place, Christina Montemorano, Liberty High School. So on behalf of the school division, I'd like to thank each of you for participating in our recycling contest this year, and hope if you're around next year that you'll do it again, and the school board would like to shake your hands. And let's just give them one last applause for everybody.
Yes. For those of you all who came for either of these presentations and do not wish to remain, we'll give you just a moment. If you'd like to stay with us, we'd love to have you continue. But I understand that there's a lot of homework coming out and maybe SOLs going on soon. But if you do wish to stay, you're more than welcome. I'm all out of order here.
Or if that projector is broken, I guess it is.
That's my guess, yeah.
It's deductive reasoning. Can't get anything past me.
Okay, thank you all very much. We're going to go into our announcements. The Personnel Committee meeting will be held Thursday, May 12th at 8 a.m. in the School Administration Conference Room.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
the Parks and Rec is rescheduled.
Okay. The
June the 6th.
Parks and Rec co-op meeting will be held June 6th at 6 p.m. in the school administration conference room. The Mountain Vista Governor's School Governing Board will meet May 19th at 8 a.m. in the Warren County School Board office.
That is correct, sir.
The May Chairman's Night is canceled. There will be a school board meeting and work session on Monday, May 23rd in the Liberty High School auditorium at 7 p.m. Prior to the regular meeting, the school board will recognize second semester achievements. There will be a reception in the high school cafeteria for the honorees and their families at 6 p.m., and recognitions will begin at 6:30 in the auditorium. There will be a building committee meeting on Thursday, May 26th at 8:30 a.m. in the school administration conference room. The finance committee will meet Monday, June 13th at 5 p.m. At the Fauquier High School library. The next regular school board meeting will be Monday, June 13th right here in the Falcon room at 7 p.m. We'll see you all there. Any other announcements? We will now move into citizens' time, and if anybody would like to speak, we didn't necessarily get any sign-ups, but we would love for anybody to speak. If you'd like to speak, let me read the rules first. Community involvement is an important component of a successful school division, and the school board welcomes public input. Please be respectful of all speakers and limit your comments to 3 minutes. Matters relating to personal or personnel issues cannot be discussed. Do I have anybody that would like to speak tonight? All right, nobody? Okay, hearing none, we will move into reports. Thank you all very much. At this time, the board members may report on their liaison activities and their committee meetings. We have the building and finance minutes attached. I will start with Ms. Grove.
And I will give you a little bit more information on the building committee because we do have some stuff that was not in these minutes because we've had a meeting since then. And the chiller work at Cedar Lee and Marshall Middle School finally completed. Now that the school's got, 2 weeks left, and we're in 50 degrees today. Yeah, but that work is done. And if you all remember the energy management program that we've been working on for a couple years to get energy management controls in all of our buildings, that project is now completed. So hopefully within the next 6 months to year's time, we will be able to get some feedback on that. The contract for the Liberty High School roof, that has been awarded, and they will start work on that just as soon as school is out. And I don't know if you remember, we've been getting some security grant funds, and what we've received, the latest, will be used for additional cameras at Mary Walter, and hopefully that will be used as a prototype, so to speak, for the rest of the elementary schools. And Cedar Lee Middle School, as part of that whole project, there will be some schoolhouse road improvements, which will take place in the summer of 17. And that will put a 3-way stop right there at the main parking lot and Schoolhouse Road. And but that will take place as next summer. And projects for this summer, I guess the main one would be annex painting right here at Fauquier High School. I think that covers most of it.
Thank you very much. Ms. Stone?
Thank you very much. I think, Chairman Gorg, you are going to give a finance report.
Yes, I will.
And then we'll have that. Okay, thank you. And we have our personnel this week, so we haven't had our meeting. Big thank you to Mrs. Wilcox. Thank you for inviting me to Pearson. I had a wonderful time seeing the kindergarten garden Get Your Groove On. Oh my gosh, beautiful performance from the kindergarten students. And thank you for others that have been sending invitations to end-of-year events. I'm trying my best to make it to every single one this year. Very exciting. Also, thank you to Kettle Run High School. We were able to, Chairman Gorg and I drove the immersible submarines this time. What an excitement. The children were bussed over to the indoor pool, and they work. And they took pictures, and they sent them, and we were tweeting, and it was very exciting to be over at Kettle Run High School. And we are coming to the very end of the school year, and I want to say a big shout out to everyone taking their standards of learning assessments. I know people are working so hard, and the teachers get to the end and just hoping that the students are remembering everything that they learned. And I know it can be a stressful time, but you've been so supportive in all of the schools for all of the students. And good luck on your SOLs, students and teachers. That's all I have. Oh, do you want to do that now? We can do that. Very good. Ooh, I'd have to be able to read that far away. Very good. Well, we were contacted, Sheriff Mosier and I were contacted by the Commonwealth Attorney's Office from Prince William, and they do a wonderful program out there, totally volunteer. And I'm going to try to read from there because I don't have it in front of me. But it is a service connection. It'll be between the Fauquier County Sheriff's Office, and it's called Comfort Cases. And I don't know if you've heard of that, but it is a very successful program in Prince William County, and we'd so love to bring it to Fauquier. So what they are is items are new, and they're packed in a backpack, including toiletries, toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, soap, dental floss, a brush, a comb, a pajama set, blankets, teddy bear. You can go to nomoretrashbags.org, which is the link to see actually a picture of what comes in the comfort cases. These are packed according to size and age and gender, and they're all packed by volunteers, and they're distributed out to the students. And Sheriff Mosier has taken action in securing some of these cases for distribution through his department, and we would love to be able to do that through the Fauquier County Schools. So more information to come on when the distribution will be, and we'll talk to you about that soon, but I'm so excited to do this in Fauquier County because it's very, very successful in Prince William. Thank you for the reminder.
Wow, that's going to be great. That's
Looking forward
good.
to that.
Okay.
Mr. Bland.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to give you an update on Mountain Vistas Governor School. We're winding up a very exciting and successful year at the Mountain Vistas Governor School. And this Sunday, we will cap it with a senior banquet. And Dr. Jeck and I will be presenters of the awards, and I will be making the closing remarks. So it's been an exciting year for Mountain Vistas Governor School. We look so forward to introducing the 10th grade program into the fold this year. It's going to be great. Last week, Chairman Gore, Dr. Jeck, and myself attended the Transportation Awards and the Recognition Banquet. Ms. Bourne, that was a successful program. We certainly appreciate it. The food was just out of this world. And again, I think it was well received by all.
Great. Thank you very much. I will report to you all about some of the activities I've been involved with. First of all, the iSTEM program was fantastic. The more and more we can put resources and sort of our footprint behind that program, I think it's going to really mean a lot for the students of this county. The Fauquier Excellence in Education Foundation met this past Thursday. Give Local Piedmont was a big deal for them, trying to raise money and put some money directly into schools, but also just raise money for both professional development and programming in this county. It was a successful day, and we followed that up today with a golf tournament to raise funds for the same organization. And I won't let Dr. Jeck, he can tell you his score today, but I'm questioning how much time you're spending in the office right now based on that. But they're doing great work, so please always look out for the type of work that they're doing as you read newspapers or their press releases. The School Health Advisory Committee did not meet this month. They will be presenting a report to us specifically on recommendations or ideas they have, an evaluation for how we talk about sleep within our schools. So that should be part of our year-end reports that we get from them. So that's, and yes, the Ms. Sloan, myself, and Ms. Callahan were welcome to the National Day of Prayer this past week. It was a great time for this community to get together and ask for intercession on some things that are very important and dear to us. And we thank everybody who organized that. And then specifically on Finance Committee, we had our Finance Committee today looking at the April reports, which are not published. We will see the March reports this evening. But we continue to keep our fingers on the pulse of the health insurance fund to make sure that we're going to be okay there. And it looks like we are, but we certainly are keeping tabs on that very closely this year. And the Health Nutrition Fund, every year we kind of look at that, particularly with a lot of snow days affecting the purchase of food and the expenses. But we are looking good. We received positive news. So we'll see those April reports next month, but we continue to look positive from a financial perspective as we come closer to the year end. But I will say that we are very tight. We budgeted and budgeted well, and we spent the money that we said we would budget for. We continue to run a needs-based budget, and I'm very proud of sort of the way we've been able to accomplish that this year. So at the end of the year, we don't exactly know where we'll be, but we do know it's not going to be the same type of income, the retained income that we'd see from previous years. So thank you for that, and for the people who lead those committees. Dr. Jack?
I just wanted to mention the summer programs, and there's a lot going on. We're, again, expanding the STEM camps this summer. Again, a new thing, the music camps that we'll be providing this summer through the county. Star Talk will be back again. The Talented and Gifted Regional Program, I think, will be in Culpeper, LaDonna. Is that right? Meeting in Culpeper. All right, another good program. And Camp Moss Hollow, I think we have over 90 kids signed up for participation in Camp Moss Hollow this summer. So a lot going on this summer, very busy, lots of activities. And, our camps are a bargain. Our STEM camps, I think, are around $50, I believe is what we charge. And there's other local camps up around $300 so for offering the same sorts of opportunities for students. So they really are a bargain. But gearing up for summer camps, lots of opportunities for students. So we're very excited about those.
Great. Thank you very much. At this time, we'll bring up Ms. Srestha to present the financial management report.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen of the board, Dr. Jack. I'll be discussing the financial health of our school division as of March 31st, 2016. In our school operating budget, we're performing very well, and we are at 72% in revenue collection, and our expenditures are tracking at 66%. This is very comparable to where we were at this time last year in our operating budget. In regards to our school assessment and textbook fund, both of those budgets have a positive balance, and they're tracking well. And our school nutrition fund is tracking very, very closely, and it's looking better, in this next month as compared to this month. So that's good. And that's really all I have. It's a very straightforward one this time. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Wolf will present the Human Resources Department report.
Good evening. On behalf of the Human Resource Department, the summary of activities for April. You each have a list of the certified vacancies for the upcoming school year, although we're working daily to fill those. In terms of classified staff, there are 5 positions listed. 2 of those have been filled for this school year yet. Recruitment, we held our annual job fair on Saturday, April 16th. Thank you to those who were able to attend. It was a great experience. We had about 150 people. We offered 12 early intents. The people enjoyed the meet and greet, and the feedback from the administrators who were there said that the quality of candidates was really outstanding. Any questions?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We move to consent agenda.
12A, minutes from the April 11, 2016 school board meeting and April 25th, 2016 school board meeting and work session. 12B, monthly bills and payroll. 12C, religious exemption 5916.1, and 12D, personnel actions, which include the following: new and newly hired, 1 principal, 1 assistant principal, and 1 custodian. The resignation of 4 teachers, 1 school nutrition employee, 1 bus aide, 1 bus driver, 1 office associate, and 1 instructional assistant, and the retirement of 1 teacher, 1 assistant principal, and 1 secretary bookkeeper.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second that the minutes from the April 11th, 2016 school board meeting and April 25th, 2016 school board meeting and work session be approved. Monthly bills and payroll, religious exemption 050916.1, and personnel actions, which include the following: new and newly hired 1 principal, 1 assistant principal, and 1 custodian. The resignation of 4 teachers, 1 school nutrition employee, 1 bus aide, 1 bus driver, 1 office associate, and 1 instructional assistant, and the retirement of 1 teacher, 1 assistant principal, and 1 secretary bookkeeper. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no, and the motion passes. And we will move to information items. Okay, and just, you can come down, but we're going to introduce somebody.
Thought we forgot you, Wendy. This is your big moment. No, it gives me great pride to introduce Wendy Wilcox as the new, not interim principal at Pearson Elementary School. We concluded the search there, and Wendy was the unanimous choice of the search committee, and it's with great pleasure and pride to introduce Wendy Wilcox as the new principal at Pearson Elementary School. Congratulations.
She is doing such a phenomenal job.
I wrote down 3 words that best describe Wendy: energetic, enthusiastic, and positive. And those were really easy to come up with. And just wondering if there's anything you'd like to say.
Aww.
Great, short and sweet, just the way we like it. Thanks. Right. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Wendy.
Thank you. R2.
All right. We will now move to information items, our Latin and Arabic textbook adoptions. Ms. Hoover.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, board members, and Dr. Chick. I'm here tonight with the Latin and Arabic textbook adoption. These were slightly different from the last adoption you heard from me from the French, Spanish, and German, because there just really aren't the same number or quality of materials out there for Latin or Arabic. So it made it a little bit challenging, but we worked hard, and I think we found some good stuff to present to you tonight. Latin was a challenging process because one of the issues with Latin is that the materials aren't as up to date as some of the others with the online and other things that go along with the textbook. We did use the same 4-phase process for Latin that we've used for the other adoptions. We did get to the 3rd phase of publisher presentations with Latin and decide to go back to the drawing board, which was why this one wasn't presented with the others back in March. But we did go back and kept coming back to the same Orberg Lingua Latina series. And the reason why the teachers went back, this is a very courageous jump for our Latin department. This series is somewhat what it would be like the AIM version for Latin, where it's 100% in Latin from day one. And the teachers all loved it from the minute they saw it. And we have a very diverse group of 5 Latin teachers. And when they all lit up over the same thing, I thought, this is it. But we did have to go through the whole process to put it down and then come back to it to get to that point. The committee did include myself, all 5 Latin teachers. We had a parent, a community member, and Fauquier High School Latin students commented on all of the texts that we reviewed. And then our choices, as I mentioned, for Latin 1, 2, and 3, we've gone with the Orberg Lingua Latina Per Se Illustrata. It's 100% in Latin. It is the only textbook available in Latin that allows students to learn Latin without translation. So it is a proficiency-based method, very similar to AIM and the other world language programs that we're using. It can, though, be used in both an immersion setting and with a translation method, so the teachers can use it both ways. There is an online course companion for Latin 1 and 2. The cost that's included, it's a one-time cost for the hardcover books, and then the consumables would be the workbook and then the online license fee, which would be per student each year. I am currently working on negotiating an additional 5% discount for the online and book combo, so I'm hopeful that I will have that before we purchase that. For Latin 4 dual enrollment, this is a literature-based course, so we are moving away from the text and going to a literature survey. For that course, the committee recommends the Longman Latin Reader Series. Liberty and Fauquier High School already have classroom sets of this series, and we learned through this process that Kettle Run didn't know that they didn't have this, that the other two had, so we will be getting that set with your approval for Kettle Run, and then they also have some supplemental readers that they've identified. And this course, with these readers, it'll allow the teachers to personalize the course to the group of students that they have and what their needs are. For APDE Latin, this course is just on Virgil and Caesar, and we are recommending class sets of the books and then student workbooks with an initial purchase of 45 copies, which would be 15 per school, which doesn't sound like much, but we have very few students who take this course, so that should last us for a while. And we're hoping that this year was the first year we added dual enrollment, added Latin to the dual enrollment offering, so we're hoping that that will increase the enrollment for the upper level Latin courses. So that is Latin. Are there any questions about Latin? Okay, then I'll move to Arabic. The Arabic program started here in the 13-14 school year as a direct result of our Star Talk program. Thank you, Dr. Jeck, for the shout out for the Star Talk program. We're now accepting applications. When we started the Arabic program, we had 29 students. We currently have 105 students who've requested Arabic for 16-17, so I'm pretty excited about that. We have one Arabic teacher currently for all 3 high schools, so that made the teacher part of the process a little bit easier. Our committee included myself, our teacher. Our community member was a former Arabic student, so that was extremely helpful. With Arabic, unlike other languages, you can't just pick up the book and know what you're looking at, so we wanted to identify someone who knew how to read Arabic. And we also included Liberty High School and Kettle Run High School students. The community member that we had, who was a former student, did say, "Oh, I wish I'd had this book." So that was really exciting to hear. For the Arabic adoption, we've selected books from the Georgetown University Press Al-Kitab series. We've identified books for Arabic 1 through 4, but we are not recommending purchase for 4 because we don't offer 4, but hoping that someday we will. So we will just include that in the adoption, for adoption, but not for purchase. This series is proficiency oriented as well. One of the great benefits of the series is that it includes the modern standard Arabic and the dialects, which is extremely important in Arabic. And it includes audio and video, authentic video from Cairo and Damascus. It has an online component, a companion site, and extensive teacher support. It actually has model videos of the lessons that the teachers can watch before they teach the lesson. The original packet that you have in front of you was the initial cost proposal, but I was able between last Thursday and today to get us a 30% discount. I'm really excited about that. I also noticed right before I came tonight that they included tax, so that'll be another $500 that we'll knock off of that. But I'm sending Ms. Callahan the updated proposal for that. But the cost includes the hardcover books, online access, there's no charge for teacher materials, and there's only a 1.5% fee for shipping. So I'm excited about that. And that is our Arabic adoption. Any questions?
Way to negotiate.
Oh,
Wow.
pretty excited about that. 30%, I wasn't expecting that, but I decided to wait and announce that with the presentation. But I will get you the updated information in writing with the
pressure,
actual
Sarah.
cost.
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
You talk about it being a proficiency-based model. Can you just reaffirm what that, or restate what that means?
That is proficiency-based, is that our goal is to have our students speaking and able to use the language, and there's much more focus on language use and communication than on what you would consider a grammar-based product, which is what most of us are familiar with because that was how most of us learned. But it is a focus on using the language in real time for authentic purposes, which is far more useful than conjugating verbs. So.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Any more questions? Great. Thank you. Yeah. You guys will see it?
Fine.
June? Yeah. And there's also a link in there, too, in the materials she provided, if anybody wants any more information as well. Ms. Fry will present the Business and Marketing Health, and Medical Textbook Adoptions.
I do. I have several things for you tonight. The first two are textbook adoptions. Business and marketing, typically in the past we've adopted these two programs separately, but they are taught in one department, so we've combined it. All the teachers were involved. We had business partners, special ed department members, LEP, transition server. We had a lot of people involved in reviewing these books. They are up to date with the latest software that these classes will be using. The selections that you see represent textbooks for 22 different courses offered in grades 6 through 12. The cost includes classroom sets of textbooks, so the textbooks will be maintained, the hardcover textbooks will be maintained in the classrooms. However, they do include consumable resources, online resources, teacher materials, and shipping. And these books will also be on public display at Central Complex toward the end of the month, and we will send out a press release to that effect. Notable that we did, since Laura was such a negotiator, we did get $35,000 worth of ancillary materials, and shipping from Cengage, which was one of the publishers that we used most, was completely free. So our shipping charges are considerably down from what we've seen in the past, because that has been high in the past.
It's seldom you ever see shipping free.
Cengage was completely free, which I was very blown away to find out. So that was a great savings. Then on the health and medical occupations, that's only 2 titles. The reason that we've pushed that into this year is that the nurse aid book needs to be updated to be in compliance with the Virginia Board of Nursing. There's only 2 classes within that program area. So the textbooks that you see would cover all 3 high schools in both classes, and it does, again, include classroom sets of textbooks, consumable materials, all the online and teacher and student supports, and shipping, which was $300. So I just wanted to make, and those 2 will be on public review. So do you have any questions regarding our textbook adoption?
Good for me.
Okay, great. All right.
All right, thank you.
And then, shall I go right into Carl Perkins? Okay. I'm here tonight to present the Carl Perkins grant proposed budget for 2016-17. The Carl Perkins grant is a federal grant. It's administered to the state to localities to provide professional development for career and technical education teachers, and to also improve, modernize, and expand career and technical education programs within the locality, typically for equipment. These are not funds that can be used for materials and supplies or salaries. The proposal that you see in front of you was developed in conjunction with our advisory council and our partners. And I am happy to say that our grant is up $5,000 from last year, which is great because we've seen a kind of a chipping away of it over the last few years. So it's nice to see that the tide may have turned on that. Our proposed budget for next year includes $22,000 for professional development, and that will cover about 60 career and technical education teachers. $5,000 is going to be put into auto technology, and that helps us continue our subscription to All Data, which is a database that they use for diagnostics, and Today's Classroom, which is an online curriculum that's in compliance with our NATEF certification. Then the big purchase for next year is a frame machine. It's a $65,000 frame machine for our Auto Body 3, and it includes a digital measurement machine. And this is something that we don't have. It's going to allow us to offer the advanced curriculum. Right now we're working on a donated frame machine. It's a bit obsolete, and the measurement system, while not digital, it is also not complete. And in order for us to complete the donation, it would cost about $25,000, and we would still have a dated machine. So we chose to look. This includes professional development for the teacher in using the machine, but also the company will come in and do workshops for the students each semester ongoing. So that was for that, and that will help us with our curriculum coverage for Auto Body 2. And then the last one is 20 laptop computers in a cart that will be shared amongst teachers in cosmetology, nursing, culinary arts, and early childhood education. Currently, they don't have access to a computer lab, so this would give them a lab that they could move amongst the classrooms. They could do test prep for industry certification, access curriculum software, as well as do research and presentations within their classes. So that will complete the Perkins.
Not to take away from anything else, but I sincerely thank you for the investment that you all continue to make in our CTE program.
Oh, great. I'm very proud of what we're doing.
Truly a highlight of the system. It really is.
The students just each year seem to take it to a new level, and it inspires our teachers. It's great to watch. It's great to see in action. So.
And part of what you fund through this is that career fair, the CTE fair. And if you've never been to a CTE fair, it is just an absolute highlight of this division during the year. And so thank you for that. And talking to some of the students there, when looking at them, talking to these rising ninth graders, saying what they're going to do next year with auto body and going to a skills school, and what the type of job they can expect in 2 to 3 years after coming out of that because of the training they've had using things like the new equipment that we're purchasing this time. It was eye-opening for a number of these students, and I think that we continue to have to say success breeds success, and I think that fair is always a wise investment.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other questions that I could address? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Dr. Jeck will present about signature authorization.
Yes, this is always a highlight for Dr. Mitchell and Ms. Bourne. I'm seeking authorization from the school board that would allow Dr. Mitchell and Ms. Bourne to sign VDOE-related documents in my absence. You can feel the excitement coming from those chairs.
It's riveting. Any questions?
No.
Any dissent from the audience? No? Okay. All right, and I think we're going to try to move that to action this evening. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. You have a yes. Assistive technology and functional communication grant. Mr. Corpening.
Not this one.
I'd just like to point out that the two previous presenters were spending money. I'm trying to bring money in.
Thank you.
So,
Love and May. I love it. All right.
Always say that Frank has all that extra money over there, so that's right.
We applied for and have received a small grant of $23,000 from the Department of Education. And this is to be used for training and for technology equipment to work with children with communication and behavioral disorders. We received this, we applied for it about a month ago, and we just received notice that we would receive it, so I would ask that this be moved to a consent agenda item tonight as well, because we have to spend the money out by September 30th. We'll be partnering with VIII, which is the Virginia Institute for Autism, for training. We'll purchase some equipment, and we'll have this up and running very quickly in the summer for special education teachers and some general education teachers.
Congratulations.
Any questions? All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
Good job on finding that grant money, everybody.
I'll move that the school board move information items number 13C, 13D, and 13E to action items 14B, 14C, and 14D for consideration for approval this evening.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second that the school board move information items number 13C, 13D, and 13E to action items 14B, 14C, and 14D for consideration for approval this evening. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no, and the motion passes. And we move now to action items.
Mr. Chair, I would like to motion that the school board appoint Mr. Donald Mason to serve as the lead district school board representative effective immediately through December the 31st, 2016.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second that the school board appoint Donald Mason to serve as the lead district school board representative effective immediately through December 31st, 2016. Just a moment, let me just make a note. Any discussion?
Mr. Chair, I would like to say that it was a very difficult process that we went through. And I offer the motion because I feel that Mr. Mason brings to the board some expertise and experience that we could certainly benefit from on the board.
Any more discussion? I just want to say that I feel personally that we have a number of very good qualified candidates. And in no way is this a direct endorsement for what is the best way to select leaders, which is through democracy, certainly not through board appointment. I can attest to that through this process. I think that I welcome a lot of people to run for that seat. This is something that's very important for this county, for the students of this community. And we have big shoes to fill with Ms. Wolf's departure, certainly. And however this comes out, I congratulate everybody for their application and certainly wish everybody well and hope to see everybody continue to be around. Okay. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, the motion on the floor, all those in approval say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. And the motion passes. Okay. Congratulations, Mr. Mason.
Come on now, Mr. Mason. You may as well join us for the rest of the meeting.
What's now, buddy?
Man, talk about on-the-job training.
where we are. All right. I'll move that the school board approve the FY 2017 Carl Perkins Grant application.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second that the school board approve the fiscal year 2017 Carl Perkins Grant application. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. And the motion passes. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair, I motion that the school board authorize Dr. Sandra Mitchell and Ms. Janice Bourne to sign all Virginia Department of Education reports, documents, requisitions, and other official correspondence in the absence of the division superintendent.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second that the school board authorize Dr. Sandra Mitchell and Ms. Janice Bourne to sign all Virginia Department of Education reports, documents, requisitions, and other official correspondence in the absence of the division superintendent. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no, and the motion passes. And we move on to Assistive Technology and Functional Communication Grant approval.
I recommend the school board approve the Assistive Technology and Functional Communication Grant Funds.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second that the school board approve the Assistive Technology and Functional Communication Grant Funds. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no, and the motion passes. And that is our agenda for this evening. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
So move.
We are adjourned. Thank you very much for coming this evening.
See, I'm blank available at time.
Wendy.